Now what?
I felt my aspect begin to come upon me. Felt my function possess me. I was no longer an individual. I was the vengeance of the Lord.
Come close to me, Sir Raguel. Come very close.
No. Please. No.
I have a gift for you.
No.
He moved close to me, and I embraced him. I pressed my lips to his, forced my tongue into his mouth. We kissed.
No.
He closed his eyes. I felt it well up within me then, a burning, a brightness. From the corner of my eyes, I could see Lucifer and Fanuel averting their faces from my light. I could feel Zephiel stare, and my light became brighter and brighter until it erupted. From my eyes, from my chest, from my fingers, from my lips, a white, searing fire. The white flames consumed Raguel slowly, and he clung to me as he burned. Soon there was nothing left of him. Nothing at all. I felt the flame leave me. I returned to myself once more. Fanuel was sobbing. Lucifer was pale. Zephiel sat in his chair, quietly watching me. You have seen the vengeance of the Lord. Let it act as a warning to you both. Fanuel, Lucifer.
It has. Oh, it has. I will be on my way, sir. I will return to my appointed post, if that is all right with you.
Go.
Nothing. There is nothing left of Sir Raguel. You destroyed him. Look. No fragment of ash or bone or even a charred feather. It is as if he never existed at all.
He existed, but he's gone.
That was not right. That was not just.
It was justice. He killed another. He was killed in his turn. You called me to my function, and I performed it.
But he loved. He should have been forgiven. He should have been helped. He should not have been destroyed like that. That was wrong.
It was the will of our Creator, the will of the name.
Then perhaps his will is unjust. Perhaps the voices in the darkness speak truly after all. How can this be right?
It is right. It is his will. I merely performed my function.
No. I must think on this. I will go now.
Did you observe the liquid that came from Lucifer's eyes?
Yes.
It's called tears. How strange. Carousel was the first to love, but Lucifer was the first to shed tears. So, it is over. You have performed your function well, Raguel. Shouldn't you return to your cell to wait until you are next needed?
So, Sir Raguel did it. A murder for love. Yes, I can understand that. It makes so much more sense than a motiveless death, doesn't it? The kind where you don't know why you did it. The kind you could never explain.
I'll take a last cigarette from you now, if you're offering.
Sure. You don't honestly expect me to believe any of this, do you?
Hey, the story's not over yet, pal. Not quite. I knew that Zephiel was right. But I couldn't have left then, not even if I had wanted to. My aspect had not entirely left me. My function was not completely fulfilled. And then it fell into place. I saw the whole picture. And like Lucifer, I knelt. I touched my forehead to the silver floor. No, Lord, not yet.
Lord, indeed, Get up, Raguel. It is not fitting for one angel to act in this way to another. It is not right. Get up.
Father, you are no angel.
Do you know what you're saying?
Father, I was charged to discover who was responsible for Caracel's death. And I do know.
You have taken your vengeance, Raguel.
Your vengeance, Lord.
Ah, little Raguel. The problem with creating things is that they perform so much better than one had ever planned. Shall I ask how you recognize me?
I'm not certain, Lord. You have no wings. You wait at the center of the city, supervising the creation directly. When I destroyed Raguel, you did not look away. You know too many things. No, I do not know how I know. As you say, you have created me well. But I only understood who you were and the meaning of the drama we had enacted here for you. I saw Lucifer leave.
What did you understand, child?
Who killed Caracel? Or at least, who was pulling the strings? For example, who arranged for Caracel and Raguel to work together on love, knowing Caracel's tendency to involve himself too deeply in his work?
Why should anyone have pulled the strings, Raguel? Please get up, off your knees.
Because nothing occurs without reason, and all the reasons are yours. You set Raguel up. Yes, he killed Caracel, but he killed Caracel so that I could destroy him.
And were you wrong to destroy him?
It was my function. But I do not think it was just. I think perhaps it was needed that I destroy Raguel in order to demonstrate to Lucifer the injustice of the Lord.
And whatever reason would I have for doing that?
I do not know. I do not understand. No more than I understand why you created the dark, or the voices in the darkness. But you did. You caused all this to occur.
Yes, I did. Lucifer must brood on the unfairness of Raguel's destruction. And that, amongst other things, will precipitate him into certain actions. Poor, sweet Lucifer. His way will be the hardest of all, my children. For there is a part he must play in the drama that is to come, and it is a grand role. What will you do now, Raguel?
I must return to my cell. My function is now fulfilled. I have taken vengeance. And I have revealed the perpetrator. That is enough. But, Lord...
Yes, child?
I feel dirty. I feel tarnished. I feel befouled. Perhaps it is true that all that happens is in accordance with your will, and thus it is good. But sometimes you leave blood on your instruments.
Perhaps I do. If you wish, Raguel, you may forget all of this. All that has happened this day. However, you will not be able to speak of this to any other angels, whether you choose to remember it or not.
I will remember it.
It is your choice. But sometimes you will find it is easier by far not to remember. Forgetfulness can sometimes bring freedom of a sort. Now, if you don't mind, there is work I should be getting on with.
I stood up and walked to the window. I hoped you would call me back, explain every detail of his plan to me, somehow make it all better. But he said nothing, and I left his presence without ever looking back.